a very good question, by the way. It is an issue that's preoccupied my country for 50 years. We've been independent for 50 years. We were a British colony before. Right. We haven't been tremendously successful at building a common ideology. Because each group obviously jealously guards its own cultural purity.
Right. Right.
And that's something that I think needs to change. I think something that needs, everybody needs to sort of try and make an effort to bridge it. I mean, we've done great things. The fact that the country is still together, I mean, it's an amazing achievement. Actually.
Right, right.
Especially if you consider the fact that it is not just in terms of language diverse, in terms of religion, it's totally diverse.
Right. How many?
We have Islam. We have Islam is the biggest.
Islam's the number one.
Number one. You have a huge Christian community. We have Buddhist community. The Hindu.
Indian Hindu community.
I mean, just the Christian community alone is represented by the Catholics, by the all the different denominations.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a hugely complex country. Because I'm surprised it hasn't fallen apart yet.
When we hear it, we kind of go, yeah, how do you guys manage to keep it together?
Yeah.
But
I think there's a lot of effort. I think the people understand that I personally, and many of my generation, and many of my countrymen, not all, many of my countrymen love the fact that we have this diversity, and yet we can coexist, and yet we can understand each other.
Yeah.
And we can respect the fact that my Muslim brothers don't eat this or have to observe certain things, and so on. I think that's one of the most important lessons we learn as we go through life, which is that you have to respect somebody else's belief and their culture. And in Malaysia, you learn very early on to do that.
And so, what do you think ends up being some of the bonds that tie Malaysians together? What kind of common beliefs do they have?
That we have a fantastic country, that we have an amazing, at its best, we have a great example of how to coexist in spite of differences.
Right. Okay.
I think that together holds a country, or at least the sort of sensible, silent majority together.
Right.
And if you talk to Malaysians, we are awfully proud of that.
Yeah.
That we can do this.
Taking a lot of pride in the diversity, and you take pride in understanding each other.
Correct.
And that in turn keeps you all together.
Well, that's one of the reasons why if you go to Hong Kong, you go to especially regional centers like Hong Kong or Shanghai or Singapore, you find an awful lot of Malaysians being employed by multinationals, by American companies and so on and so forth, because Malaysians are really adaptable.
Right.
They're not fazed by anything. I said, yeah, okay. I've seen that before.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're multilingual, many of them, which obviously is an advantage.
Especially nowadays with Chinese and English being growing as the two dominating languages in the world.
Yeah. And culturally, they're just not fazed. I mean, I've seen that before.
Right.
It's no big deal.
Right.
They know how to deal with your Muslim clients, they know how to deal with your Catholic clients, because it's part of their growing up.
Right.
They have friends who are like that, so they're not fazed.
So they know how to all work together, they know how to work in different circumstances.
Correct. I mean, by and large. I mean, in the last sort of 20, 30 years, I would, to be fair, also say that the race relations in my country has gotten worse.
Really?
Yeah, in the last 20, 30 years. And it's something that I think a lot of us are trying to fix right now. A lot of my work is about that, actually.
This is the perfect time to tell everybody, be sure to join us for the next episode with Pete Teo, because we're going to discuss some of the ways that some of your films that are actually working on race relations in Malaysia and trying to make it a better place. So, everybody, thank you very much for joining us. It's been great having you here, Pete. Thank you very much, and I look forward to being with you again next week. Yeah. Everybody, make sure to join us next week. See you then.
See you next week.
Bye-bye. Okay, it's time for a shot of Korean. 모르는 게 약이다. Oh, is that true? I don't know. But anyway, we're going to discuss 모르는 게 약이다. How would you say this in Korean? Well, we talk about being very, very happy if you don't know, if you're not so intelligent. Ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is bliss. Bliss is being very, very, very happy. And if you're ignorant and you don't know, you can be very, very happy about things that you don't worry about, right? If you don't know, you don't worry about them. Ladies and gentlemen, 모르는 게 약이다 is ignorance is bliss in English. 여러분, 오늘 피트 티오와 함께 나눠준 이 얘기가 재밌었죠? Did you enjoy yourselves? I certainly did. Very interesting learning about a Malaysian, not only singer, but also actor and even producer. 아주 바쁜 사람이죠. 여러 가지 활동하고 계시네. Anyway, be here again next time to learn a little bit more about Pete and the many interesting things he has done with his life. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time on Star English. Bye-bye.
So long, fare thee well. The dancer and the dancing days of taken leaf and fair. So turn down this bed of stone, quench me with the deadly nightshade from the rose that you belong. The long December rain is falling now, running down on streets to nowhere. Music is my life, you're my sweetest nightingale, but I can't hear it here no more. And I go